The Hetaira of Greece, Etherists, founded 1814. Hetaira was the Greek name for societies, organizations, or associations. In ancient Greece, the name Hetaira applied to companies in the army. In more modern times, it was used for societies of learning or commercial purposes and also for political secret societies. It is in connection with the latter that we are concerned. While Greece was under Turkish dominion, the national aspirations of its people could be vented in secret only. The breath of revolution which swept Europe during the latter part of the 18th century stirred some of the Greek patriots whose aim was the overthrow of the Turkish power. The main leader at that time was Constantine Rygas, 1754 to 1798. He formed the first secret societies of Hetairius, which were mainly composed of clefets or bandits. Bound by oath, each member of the society was to use all means, assassination included, to free Greece. The execution of Rygas drove the Hetairius to seek cover, but in 1814 a chief lodge was reformed in Odessa under the name of Hetaira Felix. Its avowed aim was the liberation of Greece, and its main seat was in Russia. Every candidate took an oath, as in all secret societies, and knew no one beyond his initiator and sponsor. Funds collected and administered by a superior council directing all the lodges were kept in Russia. When a sufficient number of Hetairius were organized and a chief needed to direct the movement against Turkey, Count Capo d'Istria, John, 1776-1831, a Greek minister in Russia under the Tsar Alexander I and author of the text of the Holy Alliance, was asked to take lead but refused, and Alexander Pelsanti was nominated. The insurrection broke out in 1821. Among the most prominent members of the Hetaira we find Alexander Mavrocordato, 1791 to 1865, who was under the influence of England and was also the friend of Byron, whom he had met in Missolonghi in 1822. From him, he received funds for the purchase of arms to the extent of 100,000 francs. It is related that Lord Byron died in his arms at Missolonghi in 1821. Among the supporters of the London branch of the Philhellenic Committee were Jeremy Bentham, Sir Francis Burdett, Lord Erskine, Lord Eberton, Sir John Cam Hobhouse, afterwards Lord Brougham, Joseph Hume, Sir James Mackintosh, and Lord John Russell. These foreign committees provided arms, money, and volunteers. The following details concerning the organization of the Hetaira of Greece are set forth in The Secret Societies of the European Revolution by Thomas Frost. Less simple than that of the Carbaroni, the system rather resembled that of the Illuminati in the number of grads and relation of the branch societies to each other. There were 5 grades, namely, the Adolphi brothers, who took an oath of secrecy but ignored the aims of the society. The Sistemoni, bachelors, who knew that Greece was to be freed by revolution. The priests of Eleusis, the prelates, knowing all the secrets. The Grand Arch, the supreme directing control of 12 members. Early in 1827, a motion was unanimously adopted by the Senate favoring the placing of Greece under the protection of Great Britain. This followed a secret interview of Mavrocordato with Sir Stratford Canning, but Mavrocordato retired from public life on the failure of his project for the establishment of a constitutional kingdom under British protection. Hostiles in Greece were finally terminated in the summer of 1828 by a convention concluded at Alexandria between Admiral Codrington and Mehemet Ali, by which the latter agreed to withdraw the Egyptian troops from the Morea. The arbitrary government of Capo d'Istria ended on October 24th, 1831, when he was assassinated. All right.